is everybody doing today? This is Mr. Nolan. Congratulations, you have made it through your month of Greece. And we're going to move a little bit east now and talk about Rome. All right, these notes go with 6A, 6B, Roman geography and mythology. In case you've forgotten, just remember at any point in time during these videos, you can always pause them and go back in case you missed something. So here we go, right from the top. Rome is centrally located in the Mediterranean basin and is distant from Eastern Mediterranean powers. Okay, this is important. Okay, it's going to make it easy for trade because we're right here in the middle. So it's easy to get to any part of the Mediterranean for trade. Okay, right smack dab in the center. The other thing too is you have to remember, we have Persia over here, Greece, well, Greece isn't there, but you know what I'm saying, Persia, Egypt, all of these empires over here in the east are far away and separated from Rome. So Rome's location is going to allow it to develop separately from these outside influences. Roman civilization is centered on the Italian peninsula. For those of you who are geographically disinclined, that is the giant boot kicking Sicily across the Mediterranean Sea. The Alps mountains are going to provide protection from invasion to the north. So you've got one of the largest mountain ranges to the north of Italy that will help them with invasion, except in the case of a couple of guys, namely Hannibal and eventually the Visigoths. But initially, as it's developing, it will protect Italy from Germanic invasion. The Mediterranean Sea is also going to provide protection and an avenue for seafaring trade. Okay? So it provides protection. In my class, we have talked about, when we were talking about Thermopylae, how it's very hard in ancient times to take an army across a large body of water. Okay? In ancient times, boats weren't very big. Sailing technology wasn't good. It was risky to transport large number of troops, and rarely was it ever successful. So the Mediterranean will provide protection from a large-scale invasion force, but it will still allow trade. It's that perfect balance that makes Rome a power. All right. Moving on to Roman mythology. Now, Roman mythology, let me slide this down here. Roman mythology is based on the Greek polytheistic tradition. Okay, so the Greeks greatly influenced Roman mythology. If you go back to a couple of Rome's founding myths, you would have Romulus and Remus, who are two Greeks that are raised by a she-wolf, a female wolf, on the banks of the Tiber River, and eventually found a city that becomes Rome. You could look at the Aeneid, eventually we'll talk about a little bit, and what the Aeneid has for its Roman mythology, its Roman origin story, is that Aeneas, or the guy at the center of the Aeneid, flees the destruction of Troy and comes to establish Rome. So you have a significant Greek influence in early Roman mythology. Okay, key again, polytheistic, many gods. Okay, Roman mythology, like Greek mythology, is going to offer explanations for natural phenomena, human qualities, and life events. So again, very much the same as with Greek mythology. And symbols and images of the gods can be found in literature, art, and architecture. The most common place where you will see the Roman gods and be able to recognize the Roman gods' existence is in the names of our planets. Our planets are not named after Greek gods, they're named after Roman gods. Jupiter is king of the god. He's the Roman equivalent for Zeus. That's why he's the largest planet. Mars, the red planet, is the god of war, which would equate to Ares if you are Greek. All right, so that's the basics of Roman mythology. And then here are some of our Greek gods and their Roman counterparts. Hera pairs off with Juno. Aphrodite becomes Venus. Artemis, Diana. Athena, Minerva, and so on and so forth. The only one who really stays the same is Apollo, is the sun god in both. So you can pause the video here before we go to the closing credits, but go ahead and take a minute, fill in this chart, and make sure you know which Roman gods you're supposed to know. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.
Don't stop believing.